Hi everyone, so thank you for joining me for this video. Today I'm going to be talking about a big palette that came out a couple months ago back in October, and then one that came out before that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it came out in August, September-ish, I don't know, somewhere around the tail end of the summertime. And this video was requested by a viewer of mine, so I decided to do this video kind of comparing two palettes. And I'm going to be comparing the Vice 3 palette to the Lorac Mega Pro palette. Of course, these are two of the biggest palettes that have recently come out, with Lorac Mega Pro being probably the most popular and the one that brings up the most I guess, issues with it because of the fact that Lorac decided to release this in October. I believe it was October 7th that the Mega Pro came out. And so they released it and they said it was part of their holiday collection, limited edition, pretty much what every brand says around this time of year. However, Lorac somewhat is confused at what limited edition versus limited quantities actually means. This was more of like a limited quantity type of deal. Not limited edition, there's no way that something like this, you know, can be considered limited edition, especially when it sells out within like the first day, and then Amazon being the next site to be able to reach this product obviously sold out as well. I don't think that they really handled that very well, so I'm going to try to keep that separate and not let that kind of interfere with my judgment of both of these palettes. I'm going to kind of just be as objective as possible with both of them. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this. So I'm going to start with the Mega Pro. This is probably the one that everybody loves and that people are hating that they couldn't get because of the way it was released. And I completely understand. I would be very disappointed if I couldn't get my hands on it as well. So this palette has a ton of options. This palette was $59, and as you can see, you have four full rows of eyeshadows. The top two being matte finishes, and then the bottom two being shimmers. This one is a little bit glittery, but mostly kind of satiny, shimmery, metallic finish. I have always enjoyed the color ranges that Lorac puts in their Pro palettes. As I mentioned when I did the video review of this product several weeks ago, I will link below if you haven't seen it. I do think that this palette is a well-rounded palette, a great mixture of mattes and satins and metallic finishes, but most importantly is the color selection. This palette has great sort of neutral basic colors, both a great mixture of warm and cool tones, which I think is a big deal when you're putting together a palette. You want to be able to offer, you know, the consumer something that has a bit of everything. So I think that if they would have made this available at least until Christmas time, they would have made a lot more money, because this is an ideal palette with everything in it. And of course, I've seen this on eBay. You are going to pay quite a bit more for it, but I'm pretty sure there are people out there who bought multiples and are selling them at a ridiculous amount of money. So it's totally up to you, whatever your budget is for palettes this season, or if you want to ask them, you know, someone to get it for you for the holiday season, maybe you can kind of tell them that eBay is the place to get it. But I think this palette is a really wonderful palette. I think the colors, the pigmentations, I mean, I can go on and on about this palette. Just kind of picking up some of the colors just randomly. As you can see, very pigmented. These are neutral shades, a metallic, and that beautiful kind of sparkly color called indigo. One of my very favorite colors. I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. I used it today for part of this look that I filmed earlier. But this has just been my go-to. I've been really loving this and using it quite a bit since I got it. I could not wait to get it. So overall, I think this is definitely a winner in my eyes. And then now on to the Vice 3 palettes. So I have a couple things to say about this one. This is the third installment to the Vice palettes. It's kind of annoying that Urban Decay keeps coming out with newer versions of palettes that they've released. They keep playing out the whole naked thing. Now they have 3 Vice palettes, they have 3 naked palettes. What's next? Another Naked Basics palette? I mean, I think that they are sort of just, I don't know, just taking it a little bit too much. I guess it's all about making money. So I have the Urban Decay Vice palette 1. I totally skipped on 2, didn't feel like I needed it, didn't feel like it was something that I even wanted. I had the same feeling with this one. Honestly, when this first was released, it did nothing to me. It didn't make me jump for joy. It didn't make me get online immediately and order it and pay crazy amount of shipping. I didn't feel like I needed this palette in the least bit. The only reason why I have it is because I needed it to do this video and to use it and kind of see how I like it and compare it to the Mega Pro that I spoke about just a moment ago. So that's why I have it. With that being said, I do like the packaging, the colors. This plastic is sort of kind of cheap looking. I think it's kind of fun that they have like this metallic-y sort of finish to it. I do like the kind of crystal rhinestones, the plastic emblem on there, just like the original Vice palette, and I think the Vice 2 also has it. So I do have pictures and swatches of this on my blog. I will link it below so that you guys can see that, because I'm not going to really go into detail about it. The good thing is that this has a phenomenal size mirror. As you can see, it's really big, and it's actually a great quality mirror. Like, holy smokes, this mirror is probably one of the best mirrors that I have in any sort of palette. And of course, this comes with a double-ended shadow brush, so shadow and a crease brush. So that's a bonus that goes towards the Vice palette, because the Mega Pro didn't even come with the behind-the-scenes primer potion. Way to combine both brands, Lexi. The Mega Pro palettes, both of them have always come with a small sample of the behind-the-scenes eyeshadow primer. And this one only came with the brush, and then of course, let me get it, I have some product on it. Ugh. Came with its own little travel case. So I think that's really neat if you're going to be traveling this season. I like how they provided this for you. I think it's necessary because this plastic will probably crack if, you know, they throw your suitcases, which they do at the airports, or if you drop this, it probably will crack and shatter, which is a downfall for it. As far as the colors though, I do like the color ranges. I think that they have really good quality here. As you can see, a lot of neutral colors. These are all matte, which I love that they did that, because you need these shades for transition shades, blending shades. You need those to be in matte, especially when you're using bright colors like these in the center that are brighter, and some of them have that metallic finish. The one downfall is that there are only 6 matte shades, so this whole row here is all matte. This blue color called Heroine is matte, and then Defy is also matte, so it's a matte kind of charcoal. Everything else is very shimmery, very metallic-y. I do think that they have a good range of colors. I don't think it can give you the multitude of looks like the Mega Pro, because Mega Pro, I think, is 32 shadows and this is only 20. However, I do like the consistency of the Vice 3 palette, and here's just some random swatches, and I do have a tutorial coming up using this palette. So here are just some of the colors. Very, very pigmented. Urban Decay makes some great formulations of shadows, and I've never been disappointed with the quality of their shadows. One thing that I have to say is that the one shade at the bottom called Balby Dazzle, which is this shimmery white, has some kind of silver sparkle to it. It's not quite as pigmented as you would expect. When you put it on, it sort of kind of blends in, and it's not as pigmented as I'd like it to. This palette from Urban Decay, the Vice 3, is 60, and then this is 59. As far as value is concerned, I do have to say that I have to give it to the Mega Pro, because you have so many different options here, and it has a lot of mattes, and that's something that kind of makes me say the Mega Pro is worth it over the Vice 3 if I had to choose one or the other to ask for Christmas, or if I was, you know, about to get it because this was going to be released soon and I had to decide between this or going with the Vice 3, I would go with the Mega Pro. I think the Mega Pro satisfies all my needs for shadows. I think it's just better, in my opinion. I will try to see if I can find it on eBay, and if it's a ridiculous amount of money, I'm sorry, but it's just providing you a link to someone who is selling it if you are interested in it. But I will be doing more looks with this, probably coming up very soon. I do like this palette, but if I had to choose for variety, for value, the Mega Pro wins it. But if you wanted something new for Christmas, if you wanted something that incorporated lots of brighter colors and has a good, I guess, range of mattes that are sort of neutrals that you can pair up and you can sort of create so many different looks with this palette, then you may want something like the Vice 3 that has those fun colors, like these green, this blue, and then of course these pinks and kind of plummy tones here. Really good quality, and if you want some brighter looks, more pops of color, then I would say go with the Vice 3. Just remember to put it in the pouch if you're going to be traveling, because this might break. The mirror is fantastic. So that's something that the Mega Pro can't give you. The brightness and the bold shadows, like bright colors, pops of colors that Vice 3 can give you. So that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video review. If you have any additional questions, please let me know. I will have links to pictures, swatches, and all that stuff that I put on my blog for both of these. I do have a video review of the Lorac Mega Pro. I don't think I need to do a separate one for the Vice 3 because I already covered it in this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll put links to where you can get both of them. I'll try to find this on eBay, the Mega Pro, and then of course Vice 3 is available at Ulta, Sephora, and the Urban Decay website. So thank you so much for tuning in for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and become part of my family here on YouTube. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Glamour by Lexi. And yeah, have a great day. Bye.